Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Would I listen to Izzy Presley? Ooh, not if he was the last disc jockey on earth, honey.
The unscripted, uncensored, loose cannon of commentary.
Why did you say that? Why? Why? You come out with stink like that? Poop. Your poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
See, son? Old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum look a lot alike, Daddy.
I've got a midget friend, an albino friend, and another friend who thinks Lord of the Rings is real. Together we call ourselves the Unfuckables.
Quinton is in. Let the fun begin.
Party time.
You guys are an asshole, man.
I'm not sure if it's actually party time tonight. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seeing Izzy Presley here on an impromptu version of another fucking podcast. I was going to go off all show long about the Vince Neal and David Lee Roth hate, and I decided not to because obviously the news broke around 2 o'clock California time about the passing of Neal Peart. So we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that for the second half of the show. You guys know the drill. Share the show. Tell your friends. Support the show by buying T-shirts, and of course, donating if you want. IzzyPresley@yahoo.com is at PayPal, and social media is at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. I'm just gonna get right to it. Joining me on the phone. Here, let's stop this intro. I'm actually stopping the intro for the almighty Jerry Dwarf of the Killer Dwarfs. He was my third dwarf. Daryl was, and I'm not saying this lightheartedly. This is actually true. Daryl was very, very distraught, and he's like, I can't. I just can't. And Russ was the same way. So when in doubt, call the guitar player to talk about a dead drummer.
Right. Well,
yeah, and of course I say it that lightheartedly. Well, maybe not, but huge news today, and Canada is mourning. The whole rock world is mourning, and it's we all know the news, and of course that news is that you can now buy. Oh wait, hold on. Where is it? I got to do this right. No, that's not it. Where did the goddamn link go? Son of a bitch! I had something really fun. Oh, here we go. Now to ruin my joke, you can now buy Gwyneth a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, and that's absolutely true. Oh, that's right. We're talking about Neal Peart.
Oh, good God!
Oh my God! Honestly, it is a tough day. And that's coming from somebody who's not a Rush fan, but being a music fan and being able to appreciate and honor all kinds of rock music. I mean, dude, the guy was an icon.
Izzy, can you hear my guitar?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Can you hear that?
Loud and clear, man. Loud
Right.
and
So
yeah.
So Rush for anybody in Canada. I mean, there's sort of my, what would be, I suppose, for you for something around Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
Passing away. That Neal Peart died is it's really hard to get our heads around. And what do we say about it? I mean, Russ and Daryl and all of us, that was sort of, they were the guys that made us want to be musicians.
Right. Well, I mean, Rush they're national icons up there. I mean, they're musical icons all over the world, but it's even in a bigger level up there.
Yeah, it is. I had this crazy experience with, Russ and I. We got to play a gig with Alex Lifeson.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, and we played a bunch of Rush songs. Alex owns a golf course with Tom Cochran, who you might know as Life is a Highway Rider. That guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we showed up, and they wanted the guy to sing the Rush songs, and I said, well, why don't we get Russ?
Yeah.
So we played Spirit of Radio and Limelight and all those songs. We did a day of sound checking, and then the next day, walked up, and Al, right? He called me Jer.
Oh, and he called Russ his bodyguard. Then he said, "You can call me Al."
No, Russ didn't have a bodyguard. I think I was Russ's bodyguard.
That was a you can be my bodyguard. It was a Paul Simon joke.
I get it.
Yeah. Stop stepping on my jokes.
I got it.
Trying to keep this lighthearted and happy, as sad as it is. You know what I mean?
So Al said, "Hey, can you show me those Tom Cochran songs?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I can." And then I realized that I was giving Alex Lifeson a guitar lesson, which was, of course, if I could go back to my 14-year-old self,
right?
This was, just an impossibility and a dream come true. And he was a great dude, and how sad for all of us that our patriarch around drumming in Canada has passed away, and we kind of, those of us on the inside knew that he wasn't well, but so it's a terrible day.
Wow. So some people on the inside did know. It wasn't something he kept secret from everybody.
Mm. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's because to most of us it was a shock. You heard that he was, he's like, yeah, he just doesn't want to play drums anymore, and he's just not there, and blah, 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 blah. But nobody knew it was brain cancer.
Yeah. So, our dear friend Scully was when I first joined the Killer Doors, it's a funny story. I never had a guitar tech, yeah. So we're talking late 80s.
Right.
And Scully was my guitar tech. He has since become Geddy Lee's bass tech for the last 15 years.
Okay.
And when I need an amp tuned up, I go to Scully's place. And, the last tubes I had put in my Marshall were Al's tubes. So Rush and the Dwarfs, we have there's a familial connection, and and how horrible, and yeah.
Did the maybe not in your time, did the Dwarfs ever play with Rush?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, yeah. we would just show up and go like, oh my God, we're near them.
Right. So I mean, I'm assuming you started listening to Rush at a very, very, very young age.
Oh my God, Izzy, my moving pictures and X Stage Left. Those are my favorite records as a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, whatever, So when I finally got to play with Alex, he's like, no, that's how you play this chord. Right? And I'm like, oh, wow, yeah. And he's like, oh, no, that's how you do it.
Oh, that is hilarious.
And how cool is that?
Oh, dude, that's amazing. What's your favorite Rush song?
Oh, great question. Oh, I suppose it would be Spirit of Radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listening to like the live Dwarfs albums, like you hear a lot of Rush in it.
Oh my gosh! Well, Russ is a Getty wannabe,
Right. As most Canadian singers are from that era, at least.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And it's not easy to do, right? So
Yeah, I mean, you hear it in Triumph, you hear it in the Dwarfs,
Totally.
And it's like people pick on Canadians, and because it's out of fun, of course, because we love you guys. But
I don't know about this. Do they
take off? We pick on you as Americans, but it's like there's such a passion with the music up there, and especially for somebody that is so big, so integrated in the culture.
Yeah. Well, we're so sad about Neal Peart.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing is like you hear about I don't know how to compare to something else, but talking to all of my musician friends tonight, they're all actually really sad, about it.
Yeah.
Like there's kind of like I'm kind of crying about it. Now, not a lot of us are personal friends with him.
Right.
But we're all kind of friends with the band, and he's just so we're all pretty broken up about it.
Yeah, it warmed my heart a little bit, looking through Facebook, and every post, almost your timeline is just filled with love and sadness over his passing.
Yeah.
And then jerk chicken.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Well, I shared a post about him and around how he likes to ride a bicycle and how he got to see the world doing that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Neal Peart. I mean, what a dude. Yeah, so, I'm not sure really what to say about it, except, that he's the first guy who was a really big part of my childhood, who's now deceased. Like, yeah. I guess when Ace Frehley dies, it's hard to, or Eddie Van Halen, so Neal is the first one of the guys who was a really big part of my childhood around being a musician. So.
Yeah, and we got a couple listener comments here. Bruce, greetings from the nation in mourning. Yeah, absolutely. Bruce also says, we celebrate his life. The music lives on. I raise my glass. I also raise my glass of water because I have to work tonight, so I cannot drink, unfortunately. But I would be doing a shot in honor. But yeah, it's funny that you say that, but he's the first one. But I mean, we have to be ready because it's coming. You know, there is going to be a wave of this. You know, nobody knows what's going on with Eddie Van Halen, and it sounds like it's actually really bad. So we don't know. I mean, Ozzy, you know, there was reports he was on his deathbed were obviously fake, but he can't. He's walking with a cane now. You know, I mean, it's like, who's next?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. So I think it's the timing of it. You know.
Right.
The guys in the Eagles were dying.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well, I mean, then you look, it's like, you know, we had Lemmy, Glenn Fry, and Bowie all die within 3 weeks of each other. Yeah. You know, it's we have to be prepared for it. It's going to come.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, how awful that Neal died. And who's next, I suppose? One of our heroes also.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of these shows. Unfortunately,
yeah. So Izzy, you and I are doing the
everyone. You're my co-host for every
when people die.
Every time somebody dies, you're the guy. You're in because you know you want to be associated with that. You know, like the Grim Reaper.
I heard Bill Leverty died.
No.
Oh, is he okay?
No, Bill's okay. Bill's okay. I was just talking to him today. Pardon me. Sorry. Fucking Ward. That's an inside joke for everybody, so don't ask. So I mean, is it it pretty somber up there right now?
Yes. So, you know, it's shocking actually, you know, for us. And so I'll, you know, tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be around the great musicians here in Toronto. And stop doing cocaine, Izzy.
That was
Jesus.
I hate it. I just like how it smells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'm kidding. Folks, Mom, if you're listening, I do not do cocaine. So, is when fucking Ward.
Yeah.
So, well, let me ask you this: when Lemmy died, everybody went to the Rainbow. Is there going to be a gathering spot in Toronto that you know of yet?
You know, it's so now at the risk of sounding snobby.
At the risk.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So,
I was just giving you shit.
Yeah. No, there's not going to be that. I mean, in Canada, you know, what can I say about this? We love Tom Kiefer in Canada.
Yeah.
But it really is more about Bob Dylan up here. It's more about there's a depth around appreciation of music up here. That Neal Peart will be mourned around. You know, Rush isn't just a heavy metal band. Rush is something that's important to us around poetry.
Yeah.
Around culture, you know, and yeah.
Well, I think the thing that people forget about Neal Peart as well is that he wrote the lyrics.
He did, yeah.
An amazing lyricist.
Well, I think so. Probably right for most of us, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a part of music everybody thinks, oh yeah, I'm just gonna play the guitar and rhyme a little bit, but there's a poetry that there's a well perfected poetry that goes along with it, and he was one of those guys.
Yeah, and I think there's something really beautifully Canadian about that part of the band, you know. Yeah. So. But that's just, you know, I don't know the truth. Just my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, but your opinion matters to some, like you and me. Jacobus checking in. Tell Jerry I said hi, bitch.
Jacobus.
And Michelle checking in saying, another band I will never get to see the original members. I never saw Rush live as well. But
I did.
Well, of course you did. They're national heroes. Of course you did. It's like being from Minnesota and not seeing Prince live.
Did you see Prince?
I did. I saw him once.
Where?
Target Center, 1999. And that was apparently the last time. I think it was New Year's Eve.
Okay, yeah.
New Year's Eve, 1999. I could be wrong on the date, but I just remember it was the last time he was ever going to play in 1999.
Oh, that's amazing.
But Prince was freaking phenomenal. I mean, Prince was he played every instrument on the stage, and slayed on it, everything, you know. But you know, he's another one of those guys. It's like just not just loved by one region, but you know, like Peart,
sure.
you know, loved by musicians everywhere.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's sort of a day morning, right around Neal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Play us a little something.
You're funny.
I actually had. You're playing
what?
the what? Go ahead.
The Steel Panther version.
Oh. See, Rush is integrated in all kinds of music. There you go. So, what do you got coming up next with the Dwarfs? Anything at all? You guys on hiatus? What's going on with the Dwarfs?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're going to spend the next few months working out, and we're going to play M3, which is, I think, the best, rock festival around our, genre of, retro appreciation of metal.
Yeah. And by working out, do you mean actually, lifting weights or just like practicing and writing?
I mean, mostly just about thinking about things.
Oh, okay. So a lot of 12-ounce curls.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Listen, seriously, we can't wait to go play again. And I think M3 is the next show. And we're dying, man. We haven't played there for 5 years. And we had a great show there 5 years ago. And, with the band, the Dwarfs, we know for us it's a privilege, to get on the stage every time and play, keep the spirit alive. And we can't wait to do it there,
Yeah, I mean, and you say keep the spirit alive, and that's one of those songs that really has a Rush influence in it.
Oh, it totally is, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just a bad Rush tribute band. We are. We really are. If you could really reduce it to that. Yeah.
Well, you can say that about most Canadian rock bands, though.
Not like us, though.
At least you admit it. Jacobus says, tell Jerry when he wins the lotto, he's going to bring the Dwarfs on a world tour, and he's paying for it.
Oh, Jacobus.
Yes,
I don't know who that is.
You know Jacobus? Jeff Jacobus from the Cruises?
No idea.
No clue. No clue. Unless he has a cooler full of beer waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have any final thoughts that you want to leave everybody with about Neal and everything?
Well, what can I say? I think Neal Peart's passing is he's my first childhood hero, who's passed away. And I was a bit emotional, when I saw that today that happened. And I suppose, something around that is only what we make it mean.
Right.
And so I'm sad about it, but, it doesn't have to be sad. And maybe his family are fine with it. And that's my own made-up story about how I feel about it. And but also, well, shit, there's the guy that played those drums, and we won't hear those drums again.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a sad day. Before I let you go here, Melissa wants to go, do you know the 3 Inches of Blood guys?
In what way?
I don't know. Sexually, beer drinking.
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. Sexually, that's a yes. Dead silence. I love it. Yeah. So, all right, buddy, just hold tight. I'll say goodbye to you as I go to commercial break here. Jerry Finn from the Killer Dwarfs. Jerry Dwarf, thank you so much. Gonna take I love you too, man. Just hold tight. Gonna take a short break here. First half of the show brought to you, of course, by Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's, beateramplification.com. 100 watts of testicular fortitude, 3 channels, pull 2 tubes yourself. You got yourself a 50, hand-wired, hand-built, amazing. Cannot wait for the Izzy Presley TCB1 to come out. All right, going to take a short break. And, yes, take a short break. Be right back, and you can hear me bitch about David Lee Roth and Vince Neal and people bitching about it. Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World Tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Second half of the show brought to you by A&P Productions Laser Engraving. That's A&P Laser. You need something laser engraved. You want to do something special for somebody, like my mom's birthday is coming up. I could do something like that. I don't know. I haven't decided. These guys are so good. They can laser engrave a hot dog bun. Hit them up, amplaser.com, or is it aplaser.com? One of the two. You guys will figure it out. And, of course, John Palumbo Design. We love us some John Palumbo over here at another effing podcast. John Palumbo Design. You have a website you need done. You have a new business. You have a new band. You need a logo. You need a website. Hit up our good friend, John Palumbo. JohnPalumboDesign.com. All right, moving on to something less somber. Obviously, before the news broke about Neal Peart, and a huge thank you to Jerry Dwarf for calling in. So good to talk to him as always. Like I said, Daryl was way too distraught, and people forget about how much Canadian musicians support each other. And I mean, Rush is national icons up there, so I mean, it's what you would expect. The somberness and the grieving and the remembrance. So that's what you'd expect from, I mean, musicians all over the world. And like I said, you could totally tell that from your Facebook feeds. But the other news that was taken over was David Lee Roth the night before, debuted his show, his Las Vegas residency at the House of Blues. And hold on. Fucking God damn it. All right, sorry about that. Can't get rid of this cold, God damn it. Scotty, welcome. It's good to have you here. So take off. Scotty's from Canada. We love you, Scotty. But yeah, and the constant, Jesus Christ, negative feedback on David Lee Roth. Everybody saw the video. Everybody's bitched about the video. Everybody's bitched about Dave. And, you know, Eddie said it best. Trunk said it best. What did you expect? Dave has never been a great live singer. He's been great in the studio for what Van Halen was. We can almost pretty much say that Van Halen was. But even if you go back and you watch video in the 80s, Dave was never great. Dave never sang all the songs. I mean, he sang them, but he never sang all the lyrics. And that's the same thing people bitch about Vince Neil about. My thing is, if you know this, why are you still bitching about it? Why are you still complaining about it? Oh my God, this is not breaking news. This is not breaking. Everybody knows that Dave is not a great singer. Everybody knows Dave was never a great singer. Dave has always been Dave. And you know what Dave still is? Dave is still Dave. Dave is Dave on another level. Dave isn't the Dave that we remember. He's still got semblance of it. He's still got that shit-eating grin. He's still got that swagger on stage. But he's not the same Dave. But he's still Dave. Dave is what you would expect him to be. Is it great? No. Is it as horrible as everybody says? No. It's not. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. Bruce checking in. Yes. He is still a killer frontman. The best of all time. The greatest of all time. Best singer of all time? God, no. And let us remember, as I'm losing my voice, perfect timing. Get on the air and lose your voice, Presley. That is brilliant. Dave is 65 years old. This isn't 1984 anymore. People are like, why isn't he doing just like Yankee Rose? Well, maybe he knows that there's no way in hell he'd be able to sing Yankee Rose. That song is fucking high. Last time I saw Dave perform live was probably the last Van Halen show ever at the Hollywood Bowl, and Dave was fine. There's one song that he struggled with, and that was I'll Wait. But other than that, he was fine. He's exactly what he was in that video. And let us remember, as good as cell phone video is now, as good as cell phone audio is now, it's never as good as when you're there. It's never as good as when you're in the moment. If you listened to Trunk yesterday, He had 2 people call in. Yes, they got free tickets. Both of them said they had a blast. And both of them said that everybody that was in that room was having a blast. Yes, you could totally tell the background vocals were being piped in. It is what it is. Would you rather have these guys singing live? You're goddamn right. And they may sure have been. Everybody wants an all-live show. I do. But to sit and bitch about Dave being Dave, it's pure stupidity. I thought it was fine. It's exactly what I expected. I did not expect Dave to come out all of a sudden sounding like fucking Ralph when he was in the fucking the Van Halen tribute, Atomic Punks. Nobody expects that. Nobody expects Dave to sound like he did on the records. At all. Michael Baldwin commented on my post. I said I'd read it. Why can't they just sing the words like the song? I'll give them slack for the age and time, but Vince Neal and DLR is all over the place, skips words, inserts delays, pauses. I hate that. People want to hear the song as it is on the record. You're not going to get it like it is on the record. You never have. Even with Motley, you never have. Vince is the exact same way. When Vince was in his 20s, he was not a great live singer. But he made up for it by being Vince fucking Neal. A great band cannot make up for a bad lead singer. Well, you've seen 2 bands that did. Motley Crue and fucking Van Halen. They weren't charging outrageous amounts for tickets. I could forgive some of it. They have to. Michael, they have to charge those amounts. Because nobody buys records anymore. And yes, I get it. They're legacy bands. They're legacy acts. If people were still buying records, they wouldn't be buying 1 million Motley Crue records, and they wouldn't be buying 1 million Van Halen records or David Lee Roth records. Money is made on the road. And touring is now more expensive than it's ever been. These guys aren't going to go out and play for fucking $20 a ticket anymore. They're not Firehouse, and that's not a rip on Firehouse, but that's what you pay to go see Firehouse. We're talking about Van Halen and Motley fucking Crue. We're talking about David Lee Roth. Did I think $100 is outrageous to go see him, just him? Yeah, a little bit. I could see 50. But, what do you want? This isn't 1984 anymore. I just don't think you can ask for your money back after a bad performance. Well, no, you can't. And anybody that does should be slapped. I love Van Halen and Motley, but it just hurts to see this. I don't think either of them really can sing well live, which is what I just said. Look at the... See, you just made my point, Michael. And I'm not shitting on your opinion, because everybody does have a right to an opinion. But I'm just sick of people losing their fucking minds over something that we already knew. And don't shit on people for liking it. Goes back to what I was talking about just a couple weeks ago. We've turned into a society of comic book guy from The Simpsons. Worst concert ever. Worst episode. That's nothing is good enough for anybody anymore. If you want to hear it like on the records, listen to the records. I personally want to see it live. I haven't seen Kiss live since 2012. I'm probably going to see Kiss in March because I want to see Kiss one last time. Paul's vocal problems and all. And I believe David Lee Roth's going to be opening up that show. And I'm excited. I've never seen Dave solo before. I've seen him 3 times with Van Halen. Once at Target Center, once at Jimmy Kimmel, and once at the Hollywood Bowl, which is probably going to be the very last Van Halen show ever. You go knowing what you're going to expect. At least Motley is forward admitting that they're using backing tracks to enhance the show, but that's fine. They have been forever. They have been since the 80s. But they admit it. Not saying they're not playing. Of course they're playing. They're just using backing tracks as an enhancer. Oh, Ron Keel dived in on that. He goes, good take. Give me at least some resemblance of the original phrasing and the lyrics and tack these songs to the soundtracks to our lives, and we want to sing along. Most people in the audience can't hit the high notes either, but they are singing with you either out loud or in their heads and hearts. I'm not disagreeing with that. But the fact is, not everybody sings it like the record. You go see Kotzen live. He doesn't sing it exactly like the record every night. It's different every night. Now, Kotzen's on a different level vocally than Vince and David Lee Roth. I get that. Chris Robinson, the Black Crowes, never sings it the same as the record. Again, on a different level vocally than David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen. But to shit on them, it's something we already knew. And here's another thing. As we transfer over to Vince. All you people sharing the Fat Vince memes, the Abominable Snowman one, the one about the drive-thru, the one about burgers and blah, 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 blah. You are the same people. You are the exact same people sharing anti-bullying shit. You're doing the exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing, but you're not doing it face to face. You're doing it from behind a keyboard, sharing a meme. Maybe it's different for me. Maybe it's different because I take it too personal. I don't know. Yeah, you share a picture of a fat girl with a funny comment. It is what it is. It shouldn't be funny, but sometimes it is. I admit it. I mean, I've laughed at that stuff. But you're talking to also somebody who struggles with his weight as well. You might not think that because I'm tall and thin, but I have a big beer gut and I have tits and chins that I want to get rid of, that I'm very embarrassed about. And now, especially since Vince has been working his ass off. I don't know if you saw the pictures of him lately, but Vince looks amazing. Oh, compared to what he did look like. And he's still got 6 months before the tour gets out. He's working his ass off to get back in shape. No, he's not going to look like he did on Shout at the Devil. No, he's not going to look like he did on Girls, Girls, Girls. But the fact that he's trying to take care of himself, and you guys keep sharing those goddamn memes. People try to bring something up to defend the guy, and all of a sudden, bam, there it is. Have some decency. Jesus Christ. Am I guilty of shit like that? You're goddamn right I am. But there's a point. A point. Pardon me, I'm doing my best. I have a stuffy nose. I can't fucking breathe. Bruce says, those aren't bad prices for Vegas either. That's an excellent point. Enjoy seeing the legacy acts and what's left of them. Remember, you'll never see Rush again, ever. Perfect example. Exactly. And this goes exactly back to what myself and Jerry were talking about. Get out and see these guys while you can. Yes, they're old now. But this is the music of our youth, and they are going to be dying soon. They are going to be the ones we are mourning. Ace Frehley's what, 70? I don't want to know what I'm going to be like the day that Ace Frehley dies. That's why I go out and see my hero as much as I can when he comes through. That's why you got to support these guys. Yeah, you can bitch about Motley breaking their contract all you want. Like I said, I was at the very last Motley Crue show ever. Am I pissed that they're coming back? No, I'm not. Did I think it was kind of cool that I was at the very last Motley Crue show ever? Yeah, I did. But now they're back and you have a chance to see them again. Don't take for granted what we have left. I mean, look at the music industry now. How many of these bands can you get behind and have a lifetime with anymore? Look at what they're shoving at us as rock and roll now. The fucking Imagine Dragons? Are you kidding me? Are you going to grow old wishing you could see the Imagine Dragons one more time? No, you're not. But god damn it, you grew up loving Van Halen and Motley Crue. And the only thing that you can get as far as Van Halen now is Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth. And if you only like the David Lee Roth era, and now you're bitching because Dave doesn't sound that great live, shut the fuck up. You have the chance to see him. You have the chance to enjoy it and take it for what it is, the rock and roll party that the rock and roll party master is giving every goddamn night. Enjoy it. Is it perfect? No. It's never been perfect. It's always been Dave. Yes, in the past, he had Eddie Van Halen with him. He had the big Van Halen juggernaut with him. He had the show. He had the fire. He had the stage. He had the stage show. He had it all. Even when he was off solo doing Eat 'Em and Smile. But now it's him and a bunch of guys that you don't know. But you know what? It's still fucking Dave. And it's still Vince singing for Motley Crue. You could say, oh, they just get John back. You know why? Because when they went out with John Corabi, it flopped. Nobody went to those shows. Look back at it now, Motley fans say, that's the best Motley record. No, it's not. It's great, but it's not a Motley record. Granted, there's a lot of those songs on there that I think Vince could have sang very well, and it would have sounded more like Motley than it does with John. And that's not a rip at John, because John is fucking amazing. And that record's fucking amazing. But it's like Carnival of Souls is not a Kiss record, and I know that's a bad example. Because Carnival of Souls is not as good as the Motley 94 record with John Corabi. It's the same thing. Before Vince was out of the band, it was exactly the same. He sang 4 lyrics, put the mic out. And had a bunch of backing tracks that made it sound awesome. And Vince came back and it was fucking Motley again. And again, that's not a rip on John. Because I love John, and John's one of the most talented motherfuckers that I know. But it wasn't the same. Now you can go see Motley again. Now you can go see Poison again. And Poison tours like every 2 years. Every 3 years, something like that. But fire it back up and get out there. If you love these bands, go see them. If you love these acts, go see them, because they are not going to be around forever, and we are seeing that now. You should be surprised that you can still go see the Stones. You should be surprised that you can still plop down a chunk of money, and it is a chunk of money, to go see Keith Richards and Mick Jagger on stage together as the Rolling fucking Stones, and Bill Wyman. Yeah, I got spoiled. I saw the Stones for $35. In 1989, when you could still see a show for $30. I can't afford to see the Stones. If I could, I'd go. Why? Because they're the Rolling Stones, and they're not going to be around forever. These guys are going to start dying. Then all you will have is the records. Then you're going to be pissed that you can't see them live anymore. Because why? They're gone. It's over. It's over. So there's constant bitching about this isn't good. Never expected it to be. Know what you know going in. And that's the exact same thing about Kiss. The last time I saw Kiss, they were fucking terrible. Am I going to go back to see them one more time just so I can see Kiss one more time, even though Ace and Peter aren't there and there's people dressed up as them on stage? Paul can't sing anymore, but Paul's also in his 70s. How many of these guys can still pull it off at their ages? You got Steven Tyler, you got Doug Pinnick, and Doug's in his 60s. I think Doug's 69 years old. Doug is almost 70 years old and he can still do it. Robin Zander. Mick Jagger. Ian Gillan. Most of these guys, when they hit that age, they can't do it anymore. You going to bitch about it when you go see them? No. Because you bitch about it, 2 years later, they're gone, and you can never see them perform again, and then all you have is the records. That's all I got to say. You guys have a great night. My name is Izzy Presley. Make sure you guys hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Make sure to tell your friends, share the show. Let them know what they're missing. I'll be back on Tuesday. I believe I have a guest. I just want to make sure. If not that guest, I'll find somebody else. Monsters of Rock Cruise in less than a month. Buy the t-shirts. Support the show. Feel free to donate. IzzyPresley at yahoo.com is at PayPal. Brian, thank you so much for checking in. Bruce, thanks for checking in. Scotty, Jacobus, Melissa, Mark, everybody that checked in, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you enjoyed it. And a huge thank you to Jerry Dwarf for checking in to talk about Neal Peart. Rest in peace, Neal Peart. That last rant goes back exactly to remembering Neal Peart because these guys are going to be gone. Enjoy them while you can. My name is Izzy Presley. This has been another fucking podcast. Don't forget, what I lack in talent, I make up for in cock.